On the blessed evening. I want to make a quick video about Rap the News' channel and my improvement. I got a job, by the way. I acquired a job and I'm off. Today I'm off. I should be working tomorrow. Again, I started Friday and I'm off this weekend and I start Monday. I work 5 days a week. And first day, Friday, it was a little bit stressed out, but there was a lot of people, new people I met, and it was okay. You know, you always, when you go to work, you got to keep professional mind, you know, you got to keep it civilized, be a reasonable person. And me being a tall black man, you know, you definitely need, you definitely need to have self-control. You definitely need to have self-control. And you need to be a reasonable person when you're dealing with people out in society. And you're a tall black man like me. I'm 6'5", so I know how I'm supposed to behave out in society. So thank God I'm working, and I just want to say this about I'm on semen retention on 2 months and 9 days. 9 days, I think, if I recall correctly. I kind of lost track 5 days ago. I noticed my legs have gotten a lot hairier. There was always a little bit of body hair on my legs, but it got way more. It got 3 times more hairy. My legs, my lower body, my everywhere, my pubic everywhere. It got way more hairier than the average man. And if you look at genetics, black men are not as hairy as the Caucasians, as Arabs and white people. So the infiltration would be through my mom's side. My mom, a light-skinned black woman from Ethiopia. She's Habesha. She's light-skinned. And my grandmother's even lighter-skinned than my mom. She's a lot more pale and has more European or Caucasian features than my mom. But either way, my mom is light-skinned. So the thing is, with my grandma and my mom, the hairiness DNA is inherited through my mother's side. My dad is dark skinned, or he's average for a black man, skin complexion. For a typical black man in America that immigrate from Ethiopia to America, his complexion is average. He's average. He's typical. I drink some water, got a little bit dehydrated a little bit. But my dad, he's typical complexion of a black man, and I was his complexion for a while, and I started getting 1 or 2 shades lighter. I am not light-skinned. Let me repeat that. I am not light-skinned. I'm in the middle. And I'm okay with that. In America, there's a colorist problem in America, with light skin, black American light skin, mulatto, and dark skin. Excuse me. Me personally, I'm staying out of it because I find both of them attractive. Dark skinned black women and light skinned mulatto, especially mulatto women. Ooh, very attractive. But you know, I don't want them problems. I want to participate in that destruction in the black American community. So the best route or decision I can make is just stay out of it. I ain't got no business stepping in. My parents are foreigners from Africa, and I'm born here in America, so I definitely ain't got no business stepping into black American beef problems. So with the black American servants, like most black American bloodline is servant. Most West Africans are servants. But the thing is, with Israelites, the remnants of Jacob, there are black Americans who are the seed of Jacob: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and Ephraim. Same as West Africa. There are Hebrews in West Africa. And this is one trait you can tell you're dealing with Hebrew, brother or sister. We will not bend the knee for white people, Arabs, or any religion. We only bend the knee for the Most High Creator, or Yahweh. The Most High, the Creator. That's the only being we only bend the knee for. We will not bend the knee for a white person, bend the knee for an Arab or any race. Us Hebrews will be a stiff-necked people. It says that in the scripture. We will be very stiff-necked. The Israelites. It means we will not bend the knee for people. For white people, Arabs, Asians, Hispanics, black people. We just not going to bend the knee for what the Most High create. The Most High made white people. The Most High made Arabs. The Most High made black Africans. Everybody. The Most High made everybody. Excuse me. The Most High made everybody. Asian, Pacific Island, everybody. So we will not bend the knee for nobody. We only bend the knee for the Most High, the God, Creator, or Yahweh. And it makes sense how I moved. I was very stubborn. I was a very stiff-necked person, very stubborn. I just don't bend the knee for people. I'm not a people pleaser. That's the thing with Hebrews. That's a trait of Jacob. We not people pleasers. Esau, Jacob. Esau, the thing with the seed of Abraham, they're not people pleasers. That's what I mean, not people pleasers. It's not in our characteristic, in our nature, from the seed of Abraham, found among Arabs and North Africans. And Jacob, the remnants of Jacob, migrating into Africa during the collapse of Jerusalem. So, people pleasing is more of a black Gentile characteristic. A sellout, coon, is the best way I can say. I'm not putting people down. I'm not speaking hate, no hate speech, none of that. It's just the truth. Most black Americans are people pleasers. Most Africans are people pleasers because Ham will be a servant to all nations. For whoever conquered Ham, that's who thou shalt serve. That if the Arabs conquered Ham, which Somalia will be a prime example, they bend the knee for Arabs like crazy. It's sickening. It's crazy how they bend the knee for Arab people. But that's how they were designed. That's how the Most High designed the black Gentiles. All Somalians, almost all of them are black Gentiles. They're Hamites. Now, if you look at other components of Africa, South Sudan, they bend the knee for white people and Arabs. You'll get the point. That a Hamite will bend the knee for anybody. A Hebrew will not. There's a stiff-necked stubbornness to us Hebrews. And the Most High Creator confirmed to me I have Esau, Edomite ancestry in me. If you look at my ancestry result, I have Roman, Greek, and Arab in North African, which it means Mediterranean. I did more digging into my ancestry. I didn't show that part, but it said I had Roman, Greek, North African ancestry, that's of Berber and Arab, and I also have Middle Eastern Arab, so which is all Caucasian, and 3% Ottoman Turk. But in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It all equaled up to 31%, and in the end of the day, I'm still a black man. And I know my place. I know who I am. I know my place. And if you look into the Turks, they also, the Ottoman Empire, they stepped dominance in Ethiopia and made servants and slaves of Ethiopians. That's a historical fact. I can accept the truth. Arabs were slave owners in history, Arab Muslims. And the Ottoman Turks were even more crafty, more cunning than the Arabs at owning slaves. The Ottoman Empire, you don't want to test Turkish people. They're very cunning people. They're very cunning. You don't want to play chess with the Ottoman people. But it was Roman, Greek, 3% Ottoman, Turk, and Ashkenazi was 2%, and Arab was about 23%. When I calculated all this, Roman and Greek was about, I think it was 14. I can't remember. I have to look back. But when I calculated it all together precisely, it led to 31% Caucasian genetics, Middle East and Europe, Caucasian DNA, which those regions are the most hairiest group of Caucasians. And that's why I'm hairy like that as a black man. There's Ethiopians who are, Habesha, who can be very hairy people for being black. is because we get it from the infiltration from the Caucasians having their way with the black woman, all that. That's where we get it from. A black person by nature is not hairy like that. Look at the West African. Look at South Sudan. They're not hairy. They're not a hairy people. West Africans, they grow beards like us. They can grow beards. But if you look at their leg, their arm, their chest, they're not hairy like us Habashas. We are very hairy people. But we get it because of the Arabs and the Greeks, the Romans, and the Turks. That's why we Ethiopian Habashas can be hairy sometimes. Probably the hairiest black people will be found among Habasha. And there's nothing wrong with being hairy. I take it as a strength and courage. It's a sign of masculinity to be a hairy person. My legs is very hairy. But I shave once a week. Once a week I shave my legs, and I have to. It's a must. It has to be done. I have to shave my legs because I be exercising every morning. And when you have body hair like that, you produce a lot of odor. You contain a lot of body odor from the sweat and all that. I shave. There's many factors why I shave my legs. I groom myself good. I take showers twice a day. I put cologne. I always put cologne. There's a reason why I shave my legs. And I don't have to explain any of this. And at the end of the day, I'm a well-clean, groomed black man. So, 31% Caucasian genetics and 69% black, Negro. What does that mean? It means I'm still a black man in the end of the day. That's all it means. But, excuse me. The Most High confirmed I had Esau. All that 31% goes straight to the house of Esau. There ain't no other ancestor, nothing. The Most High say that I'm a remnant. I am from the bloodline of Jacob, but I have Edomite, Esau ancestry in my bloodline. That's it. That's all he confirmed to me. And if you look at the story of Esau and Jacob, Esau was also Hebrew. Yes, so you got some white people and some Arabs who are Hebrew, through either from Ishmael or from Esau. Yes, white people can be Hebrew. If they come from the house of Esau, they can be Hebrew. They can be Hebrew. Because Esau was the grandson of Abraham. Anybody who comes from the seed of Abraham is Hebrew. Bottom line. So technically, I'm still Hebrew 100%. Having some Esau infiltration, Edomite infiltration through my mother's side, and for my father's side, a direct seed of Jacob, I'm Hebrew. No shadow of a doubt. But Esau and Jacob were the exact opposite of nature. And people might say, what does the name Esau mean? It means hairy. Esau was born with abundance of body hair. When I was born, year 1995, I was a big boy. I was 10 pounds and 9 ounces, 23 inches long. That's taller. That's way taller than the average baby. I was a very big boy. Well done. Well made. Full term, pregnancy, everything healthy. They told my mom, after my mom passed out birthing me because I was a big boy, thank God the Most High Creator revived my mom. She passed out for many hours because I was a big boy. My mom's only 5'5". Imagine her birthing me as a big boy. But when I was born, I had some hairiness on my back. It went away as I got older, but there was some hair, some back hair on me when I was an infant. That's it. It wasn't on my arms or legs when I was born. It was just on my back. I had hair all over my back, to my lower back, to my butt, all the way to my back. Yeah, my back was covered with hair. What does that mean? I get the hairy genetics through my mother's side. You don't see an African, 100% pure blood African, born with hair on their back. Some people even say I look Asian when I was born. I don't have any Asian in me, just Caucasian, 31%. But I looked Asian. I know some people say that. You look like an Asian boy when you were born, do it? No, I don't have any Asian in me. I don't have Japanese, Chinese, and I have none of that. But at the end of the day, race don't matter. Be kind, be respectful. Don't blame your problems out on people. World don't owe you nothing. Excuse me. If you are looking to improve your life, look within yourself. See what you can do to better yourself. Stop blaming your problems on white people. Stop blaming your problems on Arabs, on Hispanics. If you black, don't blame your problems. Nobody owes you shit. You got to go out and earn it yourself. You got to accept how the Most High Creator designed you and try to make yourself a better version. You don't have, how would it make you feel somebody kept blaming you as a black American? You are the problem, this and that. It'll make you feel less, right? So don't treat others the way you want to be treated. I'm not saying all Black Americans do that. No, you got some very strong, successful, hardworking Black Americans to this day, year 2026, and probably so on year 2027 and year 2028 and continue on. So you got some very successful Black Americans who are strong and don't blame their problems on nobody. But if you look at the stereotype and the habit of the Black American community, most of them do have a habit of blaming their problems on people. It is what it is. And, just look within yourself, see what you can do to better yourself. Stop asking for a handout. The world don't owe you nothing. And I also want to put this in the video. Do I agree that Black Americans deserve reparations? 100% yes. In fact, I agree Black Americans deserve reparations. Black American mulatto or dark-skinned Black American, it don't matter. A Black American deserves reparations. Because if you look at how the hell they've been through during slavery, through Jim Crow, all that, they deserve reparations. That is fair. I agree with that. But just know nobody owes anybody anything. There's a certain fairness to reparations. They deserve it. But nobody owes nobody anything. For the most part, you got to go earn everything on your own. Those values were taught from my dad and my mom, and at age 30, I finally came to realization they were right. But back to what I was saying, yes, I do agree Black Americans deserve reparations. It's fair. It's fair. Everybody's getting reparations. Black Americans deserve it too. So now I want to talk about Rap the News and why did I come to a stopping point in supporting the content. I have sent them money. I have sent them money before. I'm not going to explain how I sent the money. That's my business only, and I'm going to leave it as that. But I have sent the money, and I came to a stopping point because I was losing my mind watching the videos. I don't agree with a lot of things Rap the News say. I agree with praise the Most High Creator and obey His laws, statutes, and commandments, and remain in the Torah. That I agree with. But besides that, I don't agree with, like when he was explaining about Pastor Dowell, that he's this and that. I don't agree with that. I think Pastor Dowell is a very strong Black person. He's a very strong Black man, very masculine. He was a veteran in the military. I respect Pastor Dowell. He has his faith. He has his free will to believe what he wants. He believes in the pagan Messiah, second coming, all that. Everybody has free will to believe what they want. I'm not forcing my views on nobody. You believe in Jesus, you believe in Yahushua HaMashiach, wherever the Messiah is in your view, your pagan Messiah, you have a right to believe that. You have every God-given right to believe that because you have free will. God gives everybody free will. The Most High give everybody free will. I'm not here to force or convince people to break out of Jesus. I'm just putting the truth of the scriptures, what is mentioned about Jesus. I don't believe in that pagan Messiah. But if you do, you have every right to. Because God gave you free will, as He has given me free will to believe what I want. But, Pastor Dowell believes in that, and that is his choice. But when Rap the News confirmed that he's this and that, 2 and a third, I'm like, I don't agree with that. I don't think Pastor Dowell is that type of person. I think he's a strong elder, that's married with 3 wives and was a veteran in the past. I just had to come to a disagreement with Rap the News. And that's not even the name of the family. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I was looking into the channel, they don't show their face, nothing, but they preach the truth. They preach the truth well done. But they don't show their face or nothing, which will drive people crazy. Like, just show yourself. Have some balls. Show yourself, And I almost broke my phone. I almost, crushed my phone with my bare hands. I was like, I better just stay off his content. But I'm keeping them videos there because I agree with his teachings. But there's a limit to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk too much, but for people who show themselves on YouTube, there's a boldness to it. There's a confidence to it. There's balls to it. I cannot be around channel that don't show their face once. It drives me crazy. Like, show yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody got free will to believe what they want. And I want to end it with this video. I want to give all praises, all glory to the Most High, our Creator, one Master I worship, the Creator, God, or Yahweh. the Creator, the Supreme Maker, I worship and glorify, and I bend my knee for only. I do my best to obey His laws and commandments. Shalom and peace, and have a good night. Take it easy.